right? So it's not that I'm not jealous of what they have. A lot of times
you're
I'm jealous
angry
of
with
their
yourself,
success.
and that anger with yourself is coming out on the other person.
Yes.
So that's called projecting.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Maeband podcast. I'm Holly.
And I'm Bryan. And it's my day to choose something to talk about. So something I really struggle with, I wanted to talk about today. Something I struggle with a lot.
You struggle?
I know. Isn't that weird?
No.
I would have a struggle in my life. But it's something I struggle with, and I think a lot of people do. And how do I put this? It's like, I don't know. There's probably a word for it.
Envy
and
jealousy.
Yes. Thinking that's probably a good word. That makes it sound worse though.
I know. You were trying to just come up with a way to make it not sound as bad as it is.
Yeah, pretty much. But like looking at other people's lives and thinking, man, I want their life. It's so much better than mine. Mine sucks. So that's what I want to talk about today.
Now you know how he really feels.
Yeah, no.
Being married and doing these things.
Yeah. So I don't really think that, but it goes through my mind a lot. Like, not that my life sucks, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, look at them. They have it so easy. Like they have everything. And then I'm like, yeah, I got it good too. but I know I have an amazing. I actually said this the other day. I'm like, man, I can't remember what we were talking about. Was it last night? And I was just like, wow, my life is awesome. I don't have to wake up to an alarm clock. I wake up, she's gone because she goes to the gym.
Because I wake up to an alarm clock.
She wakes up to an alarm clock. Stupid. But so she's gone. I wake up and usually we have like the two little kids in our bed or they'll whatever. And I'm just like, so I just get to hang out with my kids all morning. And then we put them in school. So
and then other days he's like, oh, my life sucks. All I do is hang out with my kids.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
So it depends on the day.
It does depend. Well, you can only hang out with your own kids so much. Like I love hanging out with my kids. But then there comes a point. I'm like a loner at heart. Like I could live by myself alone out in the woods for the rest of my life and just be totally at peace by myself. I'm just kind of like one of those guys. But
so he says.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So I really think I have an amazing life. Like I said, I just wake up in the morning and I go to the gym for a couple hours and come home. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? And then I do some work and work around the house. And it's just like, man, there was a poll on Facebook the other day I saw, and it was said, what would be your ideal job? A blue collar, a white collar, or just work from home? And it was like 90% people working from home.
Is the ideal job?
So yeah, it was like 90% working from
what's
home.
White collar?
White collar is like office jobs.
Okay, so blue collar is like labor jobs.
Yes, and that's the one I chose.
Office.
I chose blue collar.
You chose blue collar?
Yeah, because
that's your ideal.
It's not ideal. I don't know.
You did that. You were landscaping and snow plowing, and you hated that.
I know I did. No, I loved landscaping, but no. Yeah. The problem with me, and I feel like there's a lot of people out there like this, is whatever I don't have is what I want.
That's true.
Is that true?
That's true.
So for me, I've been struggling.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of people out there like that.
You don't think there's a lot of people?
Well, I'm not like that.
Well, you're not. You're just like one of these weird people. But I think there's a lot of people out there because it's literally like everything I see, I'm like, oh, I want that. And then I get it. And I'm like, I don't want that. No, I want something else. And then I just do it. So I'm always bouncing around with jobs with, like. Yeah,
today he's saying he has a great life. Catch him on the day he says that his life sucks.
Yeah. I don't say it sucks. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know, like, even when I say it sucks, I know my life doesn't suck. So we went to a Parade of Homes house. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but there's just, you get to go see these amazing houses.
Yeah, we walked through a 25,000 square foot home.
So I'm like walking around, I'm like, holy crap, this is the life, man. They had everything. They had like 2 acres. And it was an amazing house. Basketball court inside the house. Beautiful, beautiful home. Swimming pool, everything. And then I walk into the garage and I see a 69 Bronco that has been fully redone. Like it was like my dream car. And I'm like, this son of a he has everything. And I was just like, not that I was mad. So I'm not mad at him for having it. I'm just like, I just want that. Like, great. Good on him for getting it and having it. Good on him. I want everybody to have as much as they possibly can handle. But I'm just like, I want this.
Really?
I really do.
You just lying to yourself there.
I'm not.
Deep down inside.
No, I want everybody
deep
to be
down inside, you're calling him a son of a bitch.
Well,
so.
I am. No, I don't think it was deep down inside. I think I said that. I'm like, you son of a. But no, I was like, I'm happy for people to do great. I really am. I want people to do amazing, but I guess I'm just jealous when I don't do as good as other people. It makes me feel stupid. Anyway, later on, it was like, I think was it you that told me? So like we're walking out to the car and I'm like, man, this guy.
We heard him I heard people talking about it.
Yeah. And so like, house. I'm like, this guy literally has my life. I would love to have this guy's life. This is the most amazing house I've ever seen. The Bronco. His kids are probably all amazing and his wife's amazing, probably, whatever. And so I was just, and then Holly's like, oh, did you hear that? Well, you can say it. I don't know exactly what you heard, but it was just like, oh.
Yeah, I heard that the guy had cancer and he like built this house is like for his family to create lasting memories in.
Yeah, for when he dies. Well, don't I feel stupid? Like, I was just so stupid. And then I'm just sitting there. And after she tells me that, I was like, holy cow. That's like the perfect example of, I don't even know what you would call it. It was just like life smacking you in the face. You know, he may have had everything on the planet, but he didn't have his health.
And he would probably trade it all.
And that's what I said. I'm like, this guy would trade everything to have good health. And so it was just like one of those punches in the guts. And it was just like, wow, I'm an idiot. You know, just because he has material things, it doesn't mean his life is amazing. So I think there's a lot of people out there. I don't know a lot, but I tend to do that a lot where I'm just like, man, they got it all. They got it all. They don't have any problems. And then you find out later down the road that they've got addiction problems or problems going on with their kids or problems with their spouse and all these issues. And so it's just like one of those things that I think it's hard. Like, I don't even know what you would call it. Like I said, you brought it up. You said jealousy and envy and stuff. And I get that. It is envy, I guess. Mostly deep down in me, it's jealousy that I didn't do as well as them. Right. So it's not that I'm not jealous of what they have. A lot of times I'm jealous of their success.
And that anger with yourself is coming out on the other person.
Yes.
So that's called projecting.
Yes. See, this is why I married her. Because she tell me I'm an idiot. And I'm like, oh, yeah. But that's what it is. So it's like I'm mad at myself for not being as successful as them. I was like, well, I've had every opportunity as this guy, you know, or this woman or whatever. I've had every opportunity that this person had. And what have I done with it? Yeah, I've done good. I'm happy with my life. And I've done, but I guess it's just like that self-hatred that comes in. You're just like, man, why didn't I do this? Why don't I have this house? Why, you know, my kids don't have a swimming pool, you know, so you just get pissed off at yourself. And I think that's what it was. It was just mostly like self-hatred. Like, it's just like, this is not hatred, but it was just like, I'm disappointed in myself that I don't have this for my family, you know? But then, when then she said that and I was like, wow, let's put things into perspective a little bit differently. But
then we did learn that might not actually be true.
Yeah, we don't know if that's true. but anyway, it could have been.
And then he got mad at him all over again.
Yeah, I was like, that's so he's not dying of cancer. No, but it did. It was like but it was interesting because I've done that with several people where I'm just like, man, they have everything. And then I've like learned little things. I was like, oh, okay. And there's probably, I think that everybody out there's probably been looked at in some way and they're like, man, they have everything. And same people are probably looking at you. And that's in like, oh, doesn't have to wake up in the morning, just gets hanging out with his kids all day and has a super smoking hot wife. I got to say that in each podcast. She told me. But no, it's just like one of those things that I'm working on. It's hard for me. I think it was like, I swear it's like a generational thing.
A generational thing?
Yeah. My parents, like.
You mean it's like passed down?
Yes, it's passed down. Like my parents. All growing up, they genuinely hated people if they made more money than them. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're watching, I doubt you are, which I know you're not, but I'm not trying to call you out, but they had the same problem I do.
So it's like a learned, generational learned.
Yeah, learned thing. It was like a learned thing. And I'm sure they probably learned it from their parents, you know? And so it was just like one of those things when I was growing up, anytime I would see somebody with something, my parents were like, I'm sure that's what they used to say. It was like, they stole to get that. You know, they didn't work. They're not. That's what you got to be corrupt to get that. And I still carry that on too.
Oh, you absolutely do. And that's what they said. You have to be corrupt to get that. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I did not know that because anybody that's successful.
Not anybody. No, not anybody.
Yes,
There's a lot of people that are successful.
You say that you have to be corrupt to be successful.
Like you look at life and you see all the people with crap tons of money and you're just like, they're kind of jackasses. That's kind of what I think. I don't know them personally, but like you hear stories from the media and stuff. You're like, they're kind of punks.
And you believe that?
No, but sort of.
Like you believe the stories that you hear about them?
Sometimes, I don't know.
Because maybe that's like those stories, like they probably have a bunch of good stories that aren't being told.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. It's just basically
like how many stories can be told about us?
Probably a lot.
And how terrible we are.
Probably a lot of bad ones. But the thing is, so I don't think that they like stole it or anything. But I think I grew up away, and it was like ingrained into my brain. She's smiling. She knows what I'm going to say. If you do good things are going to happen. And that was just like, okay, well, if I'm doing good things have to happen. And if you're doing bad things, you can't have good things. And that was just like my mentality for so long. And then I like started seeing the real world. I was like, wait a minute.
But I believe that.
I don't believe that at all.
But the thing is it's the law of attraction. That's if you put out good things will come to you.
That's great. But if you can still be a total jerk ass and still think that you deserve everything and you're going to get everything. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So believe.
It's not that.
So believe that you're a good person.
Yes. That's
be
basically
a good person and put it out there.
Yeah.
And then it'll come back.
Right. But what I was taught is just like, if you do this, you're going to be blessed and amazing things are going to happen for you. And then if you do this, which is bad, you are not going to be blessed and all these bad things are going to happen. And so like for a long time, I grew up that way. So that was like really weird to me when I saw the real world and it was like a kick in the face when you're like, man, life isn't fair, right? Life's just not fair. There's a lot of good people out there that get sick and have bad things happen. And it's not because they did something wrong. I still talk to them. My mom still says those things. Like if something bad happens to them, or if like they lose accounts because they have a business, she's like, I must have done something to piss God off. He's super mad at me. I don't know why. He's punishing me. That's what she thinks all the time, is that God is punishing her. And so it's just like, wow, man, this is, I hate the word toxic. I was going to say that, but it's like a toxic trait to think that God is up there punishing everybody for doing things that aren't he doesn't approve of. And he's only blessing the people that follow him and do all these things. And so I believe in God, obviously 100%, but I just don't think he's got a notepad. It's like, oh, he did something bad. He can't have good things. He can't have this. And so it's just like this whole reshaping my brain. Right. So because I used to think everything, all these external sources are in control of my life. And so I think it was weird, just like trying to be like, okay, I'm in control. If I don't have amazing things, that's something I didn't do. It's not because I did something bad or I didn't go to church that one weekend, just
wait. So if you're in control of everything and you don't have good things, you just said it's not something that I didn't do. But if you're in control, then it is.
As in a bad way. Like it's not something I didn't do. It's not like, oh, I missed church. Now I can't have a big house. Mm-hmm. It's because I didn't do the things I needed to get a big house. It's all in my hands. Like I said, there's a million people out there that are just crappy people. Mm-hmm. That have everything they could possibly imagine. And it's not because God's blessing them with things because they're crappy people. It's because they believe they deserve it and they take it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just a firm believer in free will. God gives us our free will. You can do what you want. Obviously not do what you want, but it's just like he's not taking and giving according to the good things you are doing in life.
No, what I think he's doing is he tells us, like when we go to him and we're like, God, like, I really want this. I really want this.
Yeah, this I believe.
And then he tells us, this is how you can do it. Like, do this. And sometimes it's really weird and it might be like a health thing that he tells you to do that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Or like he tells you, and I think a lot of it's like, there's so much energetic, energetically like feeling and like vibrational and stuff. And so, you learn what to do, whether it's like meditate more or maybe work out or, maybe eat better. It could just
be random weird things, but it's so crazy.
And he's like telling you to do that. And it's not because he wants to make your life miserable.
And
he wants you to obey him.
He's not testing you to see if you're going to.
It's like, this is how you do it. So go do it. And then if you don't take action, that's on you.
And that's happened with us so many times we couldn't deny it. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can't deny it. That's how it is. Cause like there's been things where like, oh, okay, God, this is what we really want. What do we need to do to get it? And then we get these feelings or promptings like, hey, this is what you got to do. You got to give up, hit this. You got to do this. And we're like, that's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever thought of. So she will do it right away. I'll drag it on for months or years. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. That doesn't even make sense. And then finally, I'm like, okay, I got to just surrender and do what he said. And then I do it. And then so boom, I get it. It's like, All right, well, I'm an idiot. And that's happened so many times. Because still, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous.
Still.
I'm so stupid. We were talking about this last night. I'm just like, why am I such an idiot? Because I am. But that I believe 100%. Like God will put you in line for the things that you want. I'm not talking like possessions or anything like that. But if there are things that you want in life, God can guide you and direct you to put you on that path.
Yeah, I mean, your backstory, or like
my backstory,
back healing.
Yeah, he was like, do this,
like
this,
the perfect example.
And I was like, okay,
go to Kenya, like weird things, but it all lined up. Like in his eyes, it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. You know, we're just stupid little people that we can't see the grand scheme, and so we're just like, okay. So now I'm learning. She does it amazing. She's amazing at it. Where she's just like, okay, hey Holly, don't do this. Okay, Holly, do this. Okay, and I'm like, what? Like, who do you think you are? You know, it's just stupid things. And then like, it's just, so I'm still learning that, but I don't even know how we got back on this, but people, they have the things because they did the things. The bad things happen to everybody. Can't stop it. It's just one of those things. Life isn't fair. There's so many amazing people out there. But having God in your life will help you through those bad things.
Oh, 100%.
So if you have something bad happen to you and then you like push God away because something bad happened to you, or shun God or tell God, you know, like, that's not going to be very helpful. Like it's more helpful to.
Yeah. I think people go two ways. Like when you're going through something, it's either one of two ways, you know, you're like, all right, I got to be with God on this, or I'm like, I'm pissed. How could this happen to me? And then there's just two different paths. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, so that's what I'm doing. I'm like trying to reshape my brain. I was like, okay, I look at people and I'm trying not to see what they have or what I think they have or how much they're doing this and compare myself. I'm trying to stop comparing myself. That's what it is. There are people out there in our same industry that are killing it. And I'm like, wow, they're freaking killing it. That would be awesome. And then, you know, Holly brings you back down. She's like, do you want to do the things they're doing to get where they're at? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't. I want to, like, I just, you know, I'm not judging. I just don't want to do those things. I would rather hang out with my kids. Like this time's going to fly by. They're kids.
So you're saying you don't want that house?
I do want the stuff.
Well, no, you just said that you were mad at yourself because you didn't do the things to get.
I wish it would just be handed to me somehow. but no,
now you're saying you don't want.
No, I'm happy with where we're at. I really am happy. And 20 years from now, I'm going to look back and be like, my house wasn't a 25,000 square foot house. I didn't have that Bronco, but I freaking spent so much time with my kids. And obviously my kids are going to know that. They know that I love them because we spend so much time together. 15 years, 20 years from now, I'm going to be really happy. Like right now, I'm happy. I am happy.
Are you trying to convince yourself?
Sometimes.
I am happy.
No, I really am happy. I got a really good life. I'm super stoked about it, but accept what you have. And if you want more, you have to do more.
I think just align yourself.
Yeah. See, she summed it up in like 2 words. I rambled for like 47 minutes.
Align yourself with the things that you want energetically, vibrationally.
That's my brain's all over. The whole time I was thinking about chicken too. So
about what?
About chicken.
About chicken.
That I'm hungry. I'm like, that kept popping in my brain like KFC. I'm like, oh, go back to my.
All right.
I'm a damaged soul.
So let us know. Do you struggle comparing yourself with others? Do you think everybody else has like this way better life, or do you think that you have a better life than everybody?
And then throw it in their face if you do.
We want to hear from you.
Yep.
So comment down below, and thanks for watching Maeband.
See you. Bye.
Bye.